Welcome back to the Top 10 Mysteries. Let me ask where you live now, share with everyone, because in this video you will go to dangerous cities of the world. For example, the most sinful city of the year, one ghost city because of a historical disaster that shook the world. There's a city that has a fake police station pretending to be real police, causing people to be fooled for nearly a year. And what else is interesting? Let's join the Top 10 Mysteries to watch the video 7 Most Dangerous Cities in the World. Crime behind the beauty of Caracas. Caracas City in Venezuela is one of the most beautiful cities in South America, but also the most dangerous place with a crime index of 83.6% out of a population of 3.27 million people and 2,980 murders. Having more than 81.4 murders per 100,000 inhabitants, Venezuela has become the most dangerous country in the world. Speaking of Caracas, everyone finds the sea as beautiful as Coroni Beach, Caribbean. But do not be too surprised if you see terrorists coming all the way to the sea. Riots, protests, pickpocketing, kidnapping for ransom, and street shootings are familiar everyday scenes. Most people here are always scared because of the gang's bloody cases. This is truly the most riotous city on the planet. What do you feel when you look at this photo? Well, this is just a rehearsal, but there have been countless attacks on schools before. Violence between drug cartels is so pervasive that children can easily distinguish what kind of gun the sound is coming from and how far away. Jesus Maestro School has 722 kindergarten and elementary school students. But when tensions flared up, fewer than 200 students attended school. Many adults were also afraid to leave their homes. Worse, funeral expenses ranged from $125 to $390, much higher than their monthly income of $28. So the stench spread throughout the street because many families did not have money for burials. Here are the most sinful cities in the world. The hidden corner behind the glamour is the City of Sin. The city of Las Vegas in the US not only has casinos, but also high-class shows, along with extremely unique hotel and resort designs. All have made this place the most luxurious place and is known as the city that never sleeps. The entertainment capital of the world, the capital of second chances, the wedding capital of the world, those are 3 of the many nicknames of Las Vegas. But the name City of Sin is still the nickname that people talk about the most. The sin in Las Vegas is very diverse, spoiled for people to choose from. The unique feature lies in the fact that all sinful business services are exposed to the light, without hiding. They are extremely professional and pleasing to the customer as long as they have money. You can lose all your money with gambling games because of the huge prize money. The streets are filled with girls without cloth. The car is full of billboards, with erotic girls attached with contact information. Not only that, Las Vegas also has an atomic bomb experiment in the desert outside the city. Many people who are not afraid of death also come to watch it as a hobby. That's still the life of rich people. You wouldn't expect the huddled life of poor people in dirty tunnels, picking up leftovers from garbage cans. The space was damp, dark. The ground was strewn with glass shards, urine bottles and mattresses lay on top of old McDonald's plastic containers. This is the status quo of the rest of the group in the City of Sin. Even this lavish city has a crime museum called MOB, displaying traces and weapons of the mafia. Most are evidence of felonies or personal belongings of criminals, acquired from relatives or collectors of antiques and even old FBI technology. One unprecedented nuclear disaster put an end to the following city. Ghost cities in Chernobyl. The city of Pripyat in Chernobyl has been dubbed the world's most famous ghost city since the 1986 nuclear disaster that forced the emergency evacuation of 50,000 residents. It contaminates everything from bricks to livestock, even to leaves that fall to the ground. On April 26, 1986, seconds before the disaster, the temperature inside the core of reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, Soviet Union, today in Ukraine, reached 4,650 degrees Celsius, almost equal to the surface temperature of the sun, 5,500 degrees Celsius. Design and control mistakes caused an explosion so powerful that it blew off the lid of a nuclear reactor with a mass of 2,000 tons, shook buildings and sprayed radioactive material into the air, covering an area of up to 2,600 square kilometers around it with nuclear fallout. When the reactor exploded, its power was equivalent to 66 tons of TNT, which could completely blow up a 20-story building and destroy the entire inner core. The explosion ejected 28 tons of the reactor's radiation out into the natural environment and caused a radioactive fire that lasted nearly 2 weeks. Iodine-131, for example, accumulates rapidly in the thyroid gland and causes cancer of this organ. Cesium-137 survives in soil for about 30 years and produces gamma rays that are hundreds of thousands of times more energetic than those from the sun. Finally, for plutonium-239, its half-life is 24,000 years, which causes high radiotoxicity in human. The radiation level in the Chernobyl explosion was 400 times higher than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima by the United States. This is considered a unique accident in the history of the world atomic energy industry. Not until the following year, 47 workers died of acute radiation syndrome. 9 children died of thyroid cancer. Out of a total of 4,000 cases of cancer were detected, and 600,000 were exposed to the highest levels of radiation. There was an object inside the reactor called an elephant's leg. This is a black and shiny mass formed by radioactive lava flowing out before solidifying. Its radiation is so strong that a person who stands close for only 5 minutes without wearing protective gear will die. But some still choose to stay, and animals still thrive, such as birds, horses, wolves. While some have deformities, others still live and develop normal offspring thanks to special genes that evolve to adapt to the environment. Up to 800 dogs, more than 200 birds, and other animals are coexisting with radioactive material. And the catfish in Pripyat, due to chromosomal changes from the radiation, became healthy. The most polluted city in the world. You probably didn't know the top 100 cities in the world's most polluted air quality in 2023 are all located in Asia, of which 83 cities in India all have PM 2.5 concentrations 23 times higher than WHO standards. Begusarai, a city of 500,000 people located in the northern Indian state of Bihar, is the most polluted place in the world. After Begusarai, Guwahati is the second most polluted, followed by Delhi in third place and Punjab in fourth. The common feature is that they are all in India. At the national level, India ranks third, after Bangladesh and Pakistan. If it's just pollution, there's nothing worth mentioning. The problem is that crime here is also terrible. The most famous is the case of a criminal gang in the Indian state of Bihar setting up a fake police station in a hotel in the town of Banka, located just 500 meters from the real police station, which tricked hundreds of people over the course of 8 months. They also promised to help people solve problems such as applying for social housing or applying for jobs in the police, and ask residents for bribes every time they file a complaint or denunciation. To make the counterfeit goods more like the real thing, the gang hires people around them for a salary of around rupee 500 a day, the purpose of which is to arrange positions in the fake police station. As a result, the true police station was too idle, not receiving any applications. Things started to unfold when Shambhu Yadav saw 2 men in uniform using fake guns, threatening and blackmailing shopkeepers. So they were taken back for interrogation and ended their behavior. Next is the city with the worst drivers in America. If the city of St. Louis is in the top 2, no other city is in the top 1 for dangerous roads, because you should avoid walking on the street because cars from the opposite direction will rush in at any time. In 2021, 42,915 people died in traffic accidents in the United States, has a rate of 0.99%, synonymous 1 in 101 people will get into an accident. Of course, it's not because they buy a driver's license, but because they go too fast, treating the road like their own. Not only do they drive recklessly, but they also steal cars. The most famous case is the case of a getaway driver who crashed into a wall. The video was taken in St. A video of a stolen black car in St. Louis, shows the moment an alleged stolen car crashed into the wall of a store after it skidded through an intersection and avoided motorists. Immediately after the collision, several men wearing hoodies and masks could be seen in the car, fleeing the scene. In addition, violent crime in St. Louis City has skyrocketed by nearly 20%, with 66 murders per 100,000 residents, 10 times higher than the national murder rate. The daily news will be robbery, murder. This city deserves the title of the most unstable city of the year. If anyone thinks so, please give top 10 mysteries a like. Makaha, worst city in Hawaii. Makaha is rated as the worst city in Hawaii, USA. Like other cities in the state, Makaha ranks poorly, largely because of its high cost of living and low affordability. Goods and services in the city are 61.4% more expensive than the national average. Housing is a special place, especially in its affordability. A typical home in Makaha costs nearly $564,000, about 11 times the city's median annual household income. Not to mention that Makaha is also struggling with high unemployment. The census estimates that an average of 9.7% of the city's workforce has lost their jobs in the past 5 years, double the national rate of 4.1%. This means that theft is also on the rise and will create many evils. Robbery is rampant in Makaha, with 3,397 property crimes per 100,000 people, 54% higher than the national average. After all, the worst thing about Hawaii is wildfires. The deadliest wildfire in the United States in 100 years occurred on the island of Maui in 2023. The blaze swept through the centuries-old town of Lahaina, burning hundreds of homes and reducing the tropical paradise to ashes, killing at least 89 people. The place most prone to natural disasters. When asking you which country has the most natural disasters, take 1 minute of your life to comment below. Who else but Japan? Yokohama, Tokyo. Japan's second largest city is the world's most dangerous region, with 37 million residents living under the influence of earthquakes, tsunamis, monsoons, and floods. An estimated 80% of the region's population, or about 29 million people, is at risk of being affected by a major earthquake in the future. In the past, the Great Kanto disaster of 1923 almost completely destroyed Tokyo, Yokohama, destroyed 570,000 homes, and killed about 142,800 people. A characteristic of this earthquake is that fewer victims died from collapsed roofs than from fires. Because the timing occurred when everyone was cooking lunch, cooking fires were not extinguished, and broken gas pipelines caused firestorms to spread everywhere. In fact, every city in Japan is equally unstable. Seeing the scene of Typhoon Lan sweeping Japan in 2023 with winds of 150 km/h is immediately understandable. If you don't know, the rate of metamorphosis in Japan is also very high. If you go there to work or study abroad, be careful. An unnamed Yasuomi Hirai man from Kobe, Japan, was arrested by police after hiding in a 60-centimeter deep, 55-centimeter diameter drain for 5 hours to take sneaky photos lingerie from women wearing skirts, crossing the street for 2 years. Only when his hair was caught sticking out of the iron mesh covering the manhole cover did everything become known. When questioned by police, he even said, "If I am reborn, I want to turn it into a pavement so that I can comfortably look at women's lingerie without having to hide under the drain anymore." It's virtual, but it is undeniable that the industry in this country is very good. The products are extremely durable, the roads are clean, and we have to learn a lot. Do you think Pattaya City in Thailand, which is considered a sex paradise in the world with 27,000 prostitutes, 1/5 of its population, is considered one of the most dangerous cities? Share with everyone in the comments. Today's video here is over. Thank you for watching the top 10 mysteries all this time. Now goodbye, and see you in the videos next time. With